Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks, and somebody asked me how they could draw this thank you card and have it colored. They sent me this picture, and I'm actually going to go off the original. The original is not perfect. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to take a rectangle. I'm not going to hold down the control button. I'm just going to make it a rectangle, and we're going to make it 1.5 points so we can see it. Now the key with this is basically to use and it's going to be yours, like this is mine, so it doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm going to just use the freehand tool, and I'm going to go off the rectangle and just draw some lines. And the reason I'm going off the rectangle is because I want it to go all the way. I don't want to be short, but I'm going to go a little bit past the wave, and you'll quickly find, if you have any artistic ability, this is pretty easy. Now that one I didn't go off the rectangle, and I'm going to wish I had of. And by using the freehand tool, none of the lines are going to be perfect. And I'm going to do all the vertical lines first. And anything you draw like this, you've got to remember, it's going to be yours. If you like theirs so much, then buy the card. Now this, I'm going to probably use the 3-point curve line, and I'm going to go from there to there and put a curve to it. I'm going to go from there to there and put a curve to it. I'm connecting on the nodes every time. Don't worry about that the lines are not touching the other lines yet. I'm going to go from about there to there and then there to there, kind of like a peak, and try to get to that center, but it doesn't really matter. We can always move it later. This one here, put a little curve to it. And like I said, it doesn't have to be right on the exact lines because it's going to be yours. I'm going to go the opposite way this time. And this one's got like a double curve, so meet it like halfway in the middle and then change the curve. The 3-point curve line to me is one of the neatest tools there is, because you can go straight across that curve and then bend it for you. I'm right-clicking on the mouse when I want to set it. And then if you connect right on that node, it'll be there. Now that one's going to be a little tricky, but we can do it later. And because we went off the rectangle, when we connect these, I think I got them all, we can move this box out of the way, nudge it out of the way. And now you can see the lines that are over, kill, and some of them I messed up with and shorted. But just take the shape tool, and we want these lines a little bit separated. Wow, I messed that up. But we want these lines kind of in the middle. Like there's a node that we could probably delete and then bring it back down. And I'm not gonna, if you grab this handle, it's way up here. Just kind of, whenever the monitor moved it, I lost it. But you want all these lines to kind of join that. Sometimes Corel does that. You want all these lines to kind of join that peak. That don't look that bad. Take the virtual segment delete key now and delete these other lines. That probably would work there. Just swipe down and delete all those. Even though this isn't that big a deal right now, one thing you can always do is have the lines longer, and then if they leak, you can always bring your rectangle in a little bit. See, like on the bottom, I got lazy and I didn't go past the rectangle, because you want them to go past so you will not have a leak. And I'm going to use the same color as the card, even though they're not perfect colors to me. We're almost ready to start filling in. And then just hope we don't have any leakers. And then at this time, you'd want to, we need to join these lines. Take that one back. We don't want those lines in the center of that. And that's, I need to bring that one line back in to the center. There you go. Then just kind of look at it, you know, make sure you don't have any thing that really needs to be corrected. This line probably would help to go off the page. And I'm going to go past. And you could always leave these past and then smart fill and come back in. Now, I'm going to use the same colors that are in the graphic. So I'm going to go the eyedropper tool and grab that color and put it there. I'm going to go eyedropper to the second color and put it there. Now you see that I don't have the lines yet, but that's not a problem. And I might not do the entire thing just to save you the trouble of watching that. Now, I left out one color. You know what? We could always add a line. It's not a problem. Go ahead and add a line right now. Freehand tool. I'm going to go off the page. Pretty straight line. I cannot stop trimming. I just got through telling you could trim them afterwards. Smart fill tool. Eyedropper. Let's get that pink. Now let's do the blues. Smart fill tool. I need to create a macro to change the, so you won't have to go back and get the eyedropper tool. And that's not much color difference, but we can always go back in later and change the colors. These are really all about the same. Maybe a little bit. And so we got that color selected. Let's hold down the shift key and let's add a little white to it. You know, we can change it right on the fly. Smart fill tool to that green. Smart fill tool to that blue or green. Looking pretty good. A little bit time consuming, but like I said, it's going to be your card. Now, the difference is that you can't see my lines, but we can fix that in just a second. Smart fill tool to this green, and we're going to put it there and there. Now we need to do these yellows, and I haven't worried about the sun yet. I'm going to make a macro that's going to, and just remember to do both sides, that's going to go up there and grab my eyedropper tool if that's possible, because that would save you a lot of time. And the lines are going to help really show this off more in just a second. And the only other part is the sun. Got a little leak right in here somewhere. Let's do the top. Tell you what we can do, we can take all these colors. That was the leaker. We can take all these colors and grab that top one. Well, let's grab this one and hold down the shift key and add a little red. You know, grab that, add a little red. You know, grab that and it minutely moved it, add a little yellow. You know, you can change them to whatever you want. One click of red, one click of yellow. You know, more yellow. That doesn't look half bad. Now let's draw the sun, but we need to get our lines. So we select everything and go up to line. You see there's no line selected. There's our lines now. It makes it look totally different. Now we're going to have to change those lines up there and re-smart fill it. I'm going to make my sun a little bit bigger. But if we take this color and move it out of the way, and actually that color too, we're going to take our virtual segment delete key and delete those lines. We're actually going to make the sun out of our own color. We're going to grab the sun and make it yellow, maybe hold down the control key and put a little bit of red to it. Now we can smart fill Those, again, we move those way out of the way, but I'm just going to smart fill them with kind of the same color. We'll go back, and you see again that we have changed our, get this more, I forgot to do those other two parts. And then just take the smart fill tool, hold down the control button, and just add a different color to it. You know, one click of gray, one click of blue, one click of blue, you know, one click of yellow, maybe 2 clicks of yellow. And then just do the same thing on the other side. Now let's get our lines. So I'm going to see it, no line selected, 1.5 lines. And we got a red line there. And it's because we didn't smart fill that away. Let's move our sun out of the way for a second. I should have deleted this line. And if we move our sun back, well, here we go. I shouldn't have moved it. I should have nudged it. Let's change our nudge factor like to 2 inches, and let's nudge the sun out of the way. And now we can take this line and delete it. Now we're gonna have to refill it back in, but we can put it right back, put no outline on it, and let's leave that outline in black. And then hopefully the smart fill tool will fill that in. And let's add a little red to it by 1 click. It's a little bit too close, that other one, so another click. And you see that line on the sun is not the same size, but we're going to make it the same size. You can make some of them thicker, some of them thinner. That doesn't look half bad. Now I would group it together, control. I got 2 little bitty ends of a line right there that we can delete. Then if you were actually going to print this on a card, and most people would know how to do that, but if you have this in a group, Control G, and then make a elongated rectangle, and you'd make sure it want to be perfect. And then instead of smart filling, we're just going to make it a gray, go up to Object, Order, back a page. Pretty cool. That would be a pretty nice thank you card. You know, printed on some gray cardboard. My 2 are pretty much the same. The sun's a little bit bigger. Theirs is pretty cool. I would take my time and, you know, take that sharp point out right there. But I'm just giving people the idea, or helping this people. Hope that helped. Thank you.